That's funny. What's going on, y'all? It's your girl, DJ Heat, reporting live, as Black Cobain said. Where we at? The Alexandria? What's the name of the Boys and Girls Club?
We at the Alexandria Boys and Girls Club, man.
That's what's up. We got one of the young boys holding the camera. Shout out to Kevin on the camera.
That's how we do. We keep it in the family.
Keep it in the family. In your hood, Alexandria. Yeah. Just released a mixtape Sunday, Perfect Contradiction.
Yep.
Got that joint popping like right this.
Yes, sir.
Like I'm ready. You see that? I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right, I got a question off the break.
I already know.
Ready? Want to get into it? That's why I brought this with me.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this cover.
This cover.
All right. So for those of y'all who haven't seen the cover, got the mixtape. So we got you with the Bible.
Yeah.
You wrote it up, the Bible like some papers, like about to smoke. You got the girl with the swastika. You got the lady with a pant. Like what's It's a lot going on in this cover.
Basically, this was an idea from my man Reek. I gave him the idea. I was telling him what I wanted to name my mixtape at the time. I was like, Perfect Contradiction. I was like, that's it.
Right.
I'm like, that gives me a platform to wake up one day and want to talk about this, and then the next day to talk about this, and I can flip flop, I can change. But that's a part of life. That's part of growing up. So he was like, man, I bet. So what if we did this and we had the idea was you rolling up with the Bible, and the Nazi thing. That was just a little idea that I got from my man over at LRG.
Okay.
And basically the whole cover is just basically throwing the contradiction out there and saying that it's not what people think. It's just everything is a contradictory statement. You know what I'm saying? So we just wanted to run with that and be able to show it at like the highest peak that we could. Okay. You know what I mean? And I think we really got our point across with this cover.
All right. Have you caught a lot of flack for it?
Not as much as I thought we would.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think people understand it. You know what I mean? If they don't overthink it and they understand it and they get what the message that we're trying to, put out there with the music, and it should be all right.
Okay.
I haven't caught a lot of flack at all.
All right. Cool. Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to hear. So this is your fifth mixtape.
Yep.
You've been pretty consistent, like every year since what, like 08, 09?
Yeah, since like 08, 09, I got the opportunity to do my first mixtape and to get into the hip hop scene in the DMV,
right,
which I didn't know existed.
Right.
And since then, we just been staying consistent, staying on the road, making good music, and right now that's where we at with it.
Going on.
Yeah.
Now you said that you didn't know that the DMV scene existed at the time. Like, why do you say that?
Just because I was blind to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I spent a lot of time out here in VA, and then at the time I was going down to school in Richmond, so I didn't really know what the DC side had to offer as far as like the open mics and the artists who were already established and things like that.
Right.
So once I got the opportunity to be a part of that, I think that kind of helped push the envelope a little bit more. Okay. Especially coming from where I'm from Alexandria, VA. We don't get a lot of spotlight over here.
Yeah, you don't hear. When you hear VA, like you think of like always hear like Woodbridge people. They go hard all the time.
They have Richmond,
right, or further south.
757,
right,
and we right here. We right by DC and Maryland.
Yeah.
Like my family grew up in Southeast. You know what I mean? My pops and everybody live in Maryland. I was just fortunate enough to be able to, keep it here and go to school and grow up and gravitate to everything that was going on around here.
Right.
Yeah, and that was my biggest issue, to make sure that people know that I'm from Alexandria, Virginia.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So how did you link up with LRG to have them as one of the sponsors for Perfect Contradiction?
My good man Reek, man. He was
shout out Reek, dude.
Shout out my man Reek. He was he was actually the contact for them. He's been dealing with them for a long time. My man Kevin Delaney, he was over at Young and Reckless.
Okay.
Like a year or two ago, before LRG had revamped and they came back strong. Right. So I was spending some time out in LA, and one time I was out in Malibu, and they came out and did an interview when my man Kevin Delaney was working with Young and Reckless. So when he had finished up that job over there, he had went to LRG, and like they said, my name came across the board, and they wanted to support that. So he reached out to me the last time I was in LA, and then we just sat down, chopped it up. He said, all right, this is what we're gonna do. And they did it. Everything that I asked for, everything that they have ideas for, they really, hold it down as far as sponsoring the mixtape. They send me clothes. They parsing out the hard copies for the CD. They brought the artwork to me. Nice. So we've been real, real functionable together. making sure that everything has happened.
So they give you like the free clothes and stuff too?
Everything. They send me boxes weekly, you know what I mean? And they let me go through the lookbooks. They don't just send me anything.
Right.
Like the stuff that I asked for, they be like, man, that's what you need? All right, bet. And it'll be here in 3 days.
I wish it was that simple for me. Can I get a hookup?
Man, what's up?
Can I get some?
Let me know.
Can I point to the book and be like, yeah,
just let me know what you need, man. We're going to get you some stuff.
Absolutely. All right, back to Perfect Contradiction, the mixtape. What was the thought process behind it? And, you know, your inspirations and the vibe with creating
the thoughts behind it was just the hustle. Mm-hmm. Like, when you're at a point in your life where, like, you have to wake up and motivate yourself to keep doing work and stay on top of things yourself, like, without having a backing of a major label, like, it's not a job because you're not signed to nobody, like, you have to do everything yourself.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying, the attitude of that going in, like, I felt myself, like, feeling a certain way one day and then always contradicting and coming back. Like, it was confusing me. Mm-hmm. Like, from being on the road to being at home to still trying to get money, still dealing with family and all that, and that don't just throw you for a loop. Mm-hmm. So I felt myself contradicting myself, like people was pointing it out to me.
Yeah.
And one day it was this one girl, and she was just like, boy, you just be saying anything. Like, you just say anything. And I was just like, you know what? I do say anything.
Right.
And it's not on purpose. It's just the fact that my mind is always working. You know what I'm saying? So one minute or one day I might feel this way. The next minute I might feel another way. You know what I'm saying? And that's just evolving, and that's a part of life. So once she told me that, it stuck out. And I was like, and it's a line in the Jay-Z song, off Reasonable Doubt. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I know I contradicted myself, but I don't need that now. Right. But every once in the blue when there's nothing. And then that was it. Those two things came together, and I just went up to G. I was like, I got it, bro. Like, perfect contradiction, man. Yeah. Like, I want to get myself the platform to be able to let people know that it's all right to contradict yourself when you're trying to grow. Mm-hmm.
Well, you think most rappers, they do that anyway? Like rap is contradictory. Rappers.
Right, that's what rap is. And that's what life is to me. Yeah. At this point, you know what I'm saying? When you growing up, and like as a youngin', you probably say things that you would never do. Yeah. And then when you get older, you do them. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it was a great platform, and I think everybody is really understanding where I'm trying to go with it.
Right. It's an honesty, like, in fact, like with the title, like that most rappers ain't not going to admit. Yeah, they wouldn't admit to it because I feel like they think it takes the real, authentic feel away to it. Away from what they're trying to do. But all in all, like, when you grow, if you start out in the streets and you moving mixtapes and all that, once you get to a label, like, you might have been drinking like Hennessy, but once you start to get money, you might be drinking champagne. Exactly. Like, you're going to be in a different space. Exactly. You know what I mean? You have different money.
Yeah, you're going to have different money. So you're going to contradict yourself. It's set up for you to contradict yourself.
Wow. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. The project, 12 solid tracks. I've been listening to it, you know, ever since it came out. Before it came out, shout out to Reek. Yeah,
Reek sent it. I was seeing people saying they was listening to it. I'm like, dang, I didn't even know.
Right, you know.
But that's what it is. That's what it's about. Yeah. It's like getting it out to the people early. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The people who you know are enthusiasts of the music, who are going to give you their true opinion and their honest opinion. Mm-hmm. That's what I be looking for. You know
right. I like that you kept it simple with 12 tracks, because some mixtapes, artists go a little bit too far, like 35 tracks and stuff. Like, I don't want to hear this. Yeah. So it made me want to hear more. Like, I didn't pay attention to how many tracks it was. Mm-hmm. I just loaded it up, listened. I was like, oh man, that's it. Right. But I wasn't like disappointed. I was like, that was good. Like that was solid. So did you purposely want to keep it short like that?
I feel like all the great CDs and all the legends who put in the work, all their best work was minimal. You know what I mean? And I mean by that is, like, it leaves the listener wanting more. Right. And I feel like even if you have a good CD with 19 tracks, people just don't want to hear that. Nah. You know what I'm saying? The attention span of the consumer is so short these days because it's so much going on. It's so much music. Yeah. So if you can leave the listener with, like, oh, that's it, man, I want more. Yeah. And it's good. Yeah. You win.
Yeah, and you definitely won with that. One thing I want to bring up that you hear all the time when it comes to you, like a lot of people say that you sound like Wale. And me and you, we spoke about this before, like I don't hear like Wale, like when I hear your music, I hear like Kanye influence. Because I'm a huge Kanye West fan.
Me too.
So like I pick up on that. The only thing I may see similar with Wale is like tone. And voice is almost, this may be a bad comparison, but you know when Magoo came out, you know, Timbaland and Magoo, people say Magoo sound like Q-Tip.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. I mean, they
tone.
take tone and nasally type of voice, but you can't compare the two. And I feel the same way with you. Like, how do you react to that? Because I know you get it like all the time, like every project that drops.
Well, it's been getting better now. Like a lot less people are saying that now.
Okay, cool.
But it's still people who they just think like I sound like him, and I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just a cultural thing because this area is so small, and when a group of guys hang together every day, they use the same lingo, they talk the same, you know what I mean? So I think that's what they're getting out of it. As far as raps and all that, like I couldn't even say half of the things Wale says.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When he raps, like he's on like a different level with like metaphors and all that. Like that's not me. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just more honest. You know what I mean? And you know some of the rap schemes that we use, like we practice those. Like I'll be like, man, that's a dope. Like you always looking for a new way to flow.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm a fan of Wale, and I'm a fan of the Kanye West, and I'm a fan. So ultimately, like. It's always going to be some type of influence from these artists that, you know what I'm saying, I look up to.
Yeah, it's going to come out through the music.
Yeah, and that's natural. I think that's natural for all artists.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
But as far as that, man, this is the Black Cobain show, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Black Cobain. I do not sound like Wale. I do not sound like any other rapper. This is me. This is my music. It's my life. And that's what y'all gonna get.
So what's next with the Black Cobain show? We're gonna ride the wave of Perfect Contradiction.
We're gonna ride the wave. We're gonna definitely try to get the people more videos, more lifestyle, more vlogs. I just want people to be in tune. I want to reach the people, and we're gonna take it back to the grassroots. Like I'm trying to be in the streets with the CDs. I'm trying to be at your school. I'm trying to be in your hood. I'm trying to be everywhere. You know what I mean? So we're gonna continue to push this, and I already have like music in the cut that didn't even make this CD that I was working on for something else.
Nice.
So we just gonna keep working and putting on for the state of mind. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. As you repping right here, the place you used to come to as a kid, Boys and
all
Girls Club.
all the bad little youngins will be in here in about 20 minutes. So we just and this the basketball court where I used to drop about 30 in the game in this joint, intramurals and all that.
That's what he said. We're gonna see. I'm gonna stick around and see what's gonna happen. We're gonna have these little kids. So Black Cobain, like I'm happy for you, proud of you.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you do, man.
I appreciate you always helping me down, man.
No doubt,
so it's all love, man. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you. Shout out to Kevin on the camera. Again, he did his thing. He can't put him on camera because, you know, he under 18. And I need a consent form for